welcome to episode 5 of the Bluff Park Dad Pod, where we talk about all things Bluff Park, what's going on in the community, talk about random stuff. We'll probably rank some stuff because that's like a new segment that we've grown to love, and we'll see where it goes.
Awesome.
I think we should start with what's coming up, which is something that I love, and is for only a few months of the year, which is the Bluff Park Men's Wiffleball League.
Yes. The women's is going on as we speak.
Yep.
Are they nearing the end of their season? Or are they just in
the
thick of it?
Yeah, I think they're in the thick of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they've got about a month left.
Okay. Now, I heard, I've seen the women's wiffle ball from like the road as I drive by. I haven't been to a game and like seen that dynamic, but we did men's wiffle ball for the first time ever last season.
Yep. Inaugural season.
It was a blast. It was competitive at times. I think there's going to be even more improvements this year. But I'll tell you what, the women's wiffle ball league, I've heard that it can get kind of nasty.
Yeah, it can get kind of heated, which I'm very thankful that our league is not like that. I'll say that.
It does seem like we're taking it a little bit more casual.
Yeah,
we're like they're out for blood.
Yeah, they're there to win.
Yeah,
we're there to have a good time.
But
if we lose, we're not gonna be happy. Yeah.
It's not gonna be a good. If we lose, we're mad.
Well, especially after the first season, we made it to the ship.
Yeah,
did not see that coming at all.
Yep.
So
I heard they're gonna have some rules changes too. A couple of rules changes.
Through. Yep.
We got a new team name.
Got a new team
for our team.
Josh, you'll appreciate this. The first season we took a Harry Potter approach, and we named our team Team Wiffendor. And we were trying to come up with a new team name this year, and we're like, man, that was such a great name. How do we top it? But we got some new guys. It just feels like we need a new name. You know, it's a new team. And we landed on Hufflebluff.
Oh, yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. We were going back and forth between Hufflebluff or Blufflepuff.
Dude, Blufflepuff sounds...
This is exactly where our heads went. Yeah,
exactly.
It just sounds like a little bit weird.
Yeah.
A little, and I don't even know why, but just a little weird. So we went with, Hufflebluff.
Yeah.
Well, we're back with the vengeance this year with Team Hufflebluff. We've got, last year we placed second.
Second, yeah.
So we are back with the vengeance. We're coming in hot.
We got some new blood too. We got some guys that weren't even in the league.
I was going to say,
right.
who are the star players? You got some star players?
Well, I don't want to put people on blast, but...
Is it you?
No, it's not. No. Last year I pitched, which is probably the easiest position, and then I'll probably do it again for that same exact reason because it's great. But we've got this guy. Shout out to Clay Wood, who.
First off, great name.
We don't know if he's the best.
Well, he came to. Okay, let me say this. He came to Pro Day, and he.
What?
Yeah, we have a.
What do you mean? This is a pro day for wiffle ball?
Dude, yes.
We'll go through this.
We go. Okay. Well, basically, we have different events, and it's basically like a combine.
It's Harold Collins Day,
and we're there to just recruit and just scout out some good talent. Yeah. And Clay showed up, and yeah, he it was a friend of mine we sold a house to a year or two ago in Bluff Park, and he didn't play last season. And he was like, hey, I want to play this year. Showed up, and I was like, dude, why are you doing as well as you are? Because now everybody's going to want to recruit you. And I was just going to pick you. Nobody even knew who you were.
Should have been a ringer.
Yep.
So
shouldn't have gone to the pro day.
Should not have gone to the pro day. I told him that after the fact.
But a couple of other improvements too, outside of just like the rules changes and stuff like that. We have the new bleachers.
Yeah, dude.
They put in some new bleachers. I guess, I don't know who all was a part of building that, but I did see Blake Schultz out there one day building it.
Yeah, him and a few other guys. He's great at woodworking, and he just volunteered his time.
I saw the new bleachers get built, as well as the sniper perch in the middle.
Yep. So you got somebody up there keeping score. The announcer.
I call it the sniper perch. It looks like,
It's awesome. And there's even some storage underneath it, which is pretty nice.
Yeah,
so
some big improvements around the Fresh Air Farm wiffle ball field.
Hopefully after this season we'll have lights too, so we can continue games into the night, which would be pretty sick.
That would be awesome.
Which would allow for more teams. Like, we have a wait list of people that want to play right now, which is kind of crazy in and of itself, but that would allow for just the league to get bigger and better and more efficient, I guess. So yeah, it would be good. Yeah.
Last year's inaugural season was surprisingly very I was surprised at how well it was put on and how much fun everybody had.
Oh, it was awesome.
Community and everything. Like, I guess I just going in didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised at how well everything went.
Yeah. And I think the biggest part of that is how chill everybody was. Like,
I think so.
Definitely some hiccups, definitely some maybe like questionable calls even and stuff like that, which
in the girls' league, I think that causes some problems.
You got some fights going on where we're just like, hey, it's cool, just make the call, we'll move on. Yeah. But some great rule changes. I think we got unlimited foul balls this season, which is huge.
Massive, yep. Massive change.
And yeah, there's some talent on the team. So who are you thinking of?
All I was saying when you were saying that was you went straight to saying our best player is someone who has not played a game for the Wiffleball team yet.
Sorry, I was going with new talent. My bad.
Talk about last year's stats, and I don't mean to toot my own horn on this, but I do mean to toot my own horn a little bit because I came into the Wiffleball season with the lowest expectations. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect from the league, but also I am not a baseball person at all. I played soccer my whole life growing up, which is all feet, no arms, no hands, whatever. And then even now, I like recreationally, I play like disc golf.
Yeah.
It's like zero baseball knowledge, nothing. So I came in and I was like, guys, like I am not going to like I'm not going to be upset with myself if I suck at this.
Yeah.
I ended up just being really good at getting on base.
Which is literally all that matters.
Tapping the ball. Like I'm just like, I'm going to tap the ball and then I'm just going to sprint to the base and I'm just going to get on base. And if I make it around, great. And if I don't make it around, then whatever.
Dude, here's the great thing.
It turned out to where like stats wise, I was one of the best on the team.
Yeah, because if you get on base, that's all that matters. Because I mean, you can peg people.
Yep. And
you can't throw a wiffle ball straight and fast at the same time to save your life. So like people try to peg, and it's like, all right, well, he's going home.
Yeah.
That's game over. So if you can get on first,
it's really fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and if you can get on base, then the likelihood you're going to make it around is pretty good because everybody's at least getting some contact on the ball, and usually it's going in play. And so like you're running, people trying to peg you, they usually miss. So it's my stats. I was shocked when I like looked at it at the end of the season. I'm like, I'm at the top of the list for like batting average.
Yeah.
And it was just because I would just like tap the ball and then run.
Yeah, dude. And that's honestly that's not easy to do either. Just to tap it.
Some of our pitchers in the league were wild with the way that like the movement on the ball.
I think
the wiffle ball.
I need to go back and look at the rules, but I think there have been some parameters put in place to prevent that because there were some guys that were throwing straight up rainbows in there, and you couldn't hit anything.
Yeah.
But
I look at that as talent.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, so smart, but it just made it to where most people couldn't hit it.
Right.
Which wasn't as much fun.
Anyways,
did anyone hit a homer?
Oh yeah.
Was that a frequent event?
No, not as frequent as you'd think.
No, in the game, I would say it happened. It
maybe once a game.
May average once a game because there might have been a couple of games that had a couple more than one, and then there might have been a couple of games that just didn't have any.
Yeah. And, you guys mentioned like getting pegged. Does anyone get like sensitive about it?
No, because usually if you're getting pegged, you're really getting hit in like the back of the leg or the ankle. Okay. Like they got lucky. Nobody's just getting like hit in the face.
In fact, I think if you got pegged in the face, you weren't out.
You're safe.
Oh, it's safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be below the shoulders, I think.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm pretty pumped though. This second season is going to be awesome because we were just learning last season. Everybody was testing out different rules, like all kinds of stuff, and we've kind of honed it in now after a whole season's worth of games and like just events that you just can't really prepare for. You're like, oh, we need a rule for that. Oh, this needs to be changed, and so it's gonna be good.
So yeah, that's definitely one of the most, I guess the biggest, hottest news in our community right now is just that's coming up.
Yep.
What else we got going on?
We got, there's some things going on before this event. Okay. So we got, obviously Halloween's a big deal, the Christmas parade, all of that.
The fall in Bluff Park is actually, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. But one thing that I know isn't happening now, but you have to train for right now is the Bluff Park 8K.
That's in December, the Bluff Park 8K.
In December. Yeah. My wife is training for it.
Also, this year would be the second inaugural Bluff Park 8K as well.
Oh, is that right?
Last year was the first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of firsts.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the come up.
And it was my first time running anything greater than a 5K too. So last year was awesome. And 8K is somewhere, what is it, just shy of 5 miles? It's like 4.97 miles or something like that.
You're asking the wrong person.
Well, but so we did that. I thought the race itself went awesome. Shout out to Lindsay and Carrie Tibbs for putting that race on. This year is the second time doing it. I'm sure it'll be even bigger and better than this past time.
Lindsay actually shot me an email the other day, And this podcast is to blame because she said, "Hey, Cody, as a prominent realtor in Bluff Park and also a co-host of the Bluff Park Dad Pod, we'd love for you to sponsor the 8K." I was like, let's go. Here we go.
I hope you said yes.
I haven't actually responded yet, but I'm going to do it.
Well,
yeah.
now that you said that, you've got to say yes.
Well,
you can't say no.
Well, and Aspen's running in it too. So at the end of the email, she's like, tell Aspen we said, hey, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I love that.
The running community I've like now hopped into because of all that stuff, and we have a good group of runners up here.
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah, Aspen and I go on like the Saturday mornings to do the run with the group. It's really cool, but there's a lot of people that are a lot better at like long running than me and Aspen. Like me and her are both kind of like in the back. Yeah,
shout out to Jared Murray, another realtor buddy of mine who lives in Bluff Park and who is a big runner.
He's a huge runner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He runs like every weekend, I think.
Yep. So that's coming up in December. We have a long way to go, but the registration did just open. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go sign up. If you like running, even if you don't like running, go sign up because it's also really cool. Even if like you walk for 8K and take a stroller and your kids in the stroller and a dog or whatever and like walk the track, there's like the neighbors are out like cheering people on. Just like the bigger the event can be, even if you're not like some competitive runner or anything like that, the better the event.
Well, and I'm sure there will be like cool sponsors. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like Daysol, who was on our last episode, was one of the sponsors because I know he's done a lot
last year. Daysol provided coffee at the end of the race because you race at like 7-8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then afterwards there was like breakfast and Daysol was coffee. So
dude, let's go.
Yeah, it's a community thing for sure. So again, if you're
do you know the route?
Cool to do it.
What was the route last year?
I mean, basically it started at Bluff Park United Methodist, went down Valley, and then went down all the way down Park. Kind of went in there around the Pioneer Day School area. Yep. And then kind of went through the small roads of Bluff Park.
Like Farley and all that?
No, I'm saying went like into like Shenandoah
and that right.
And all that
and
back to the church.
Gotcha. So, that's awesome. Speaking of, hold on real quick to kind of tie in both of these things. Speaking of Wiffleball and then also naming like Shenandoah and some of these other streets, some of the names that didn't make it, we ended up going with Hufflepuff. Oh, yeah. There were some great.
We got on when we were talking about the names. We ended up settling on Harry Potter.
Yep.
But there was a time in our discussions where we were like, maybe we should just like make a play on street names of Bluff Park.
That's right. One was I think you named the first one that was great, which was like there's a street Caliente in Bluff Park, and Jay was like, oh, just Muy Caliente. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a great name.
Muy Caliente.
And then I think we took it a few different routes. There's a street that's Maiden, and then there's a street that's called Savoy, and they actually intersect. So you could do like Maiden Savoyagers, like Maiden Voyage kind of thing.
That's one of my favorite things to do, by the way, is like be creative about like naming stuff. Yeah. Like if we need a team name for something, like making up like creative ideas for a team name is actually like one of my like.
And you're good at it too.
Like a pastime of mine. Like
yeah.
I just
You're just doing that in your head anyway.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. Like in the shower, I come out, I'm like, hey, I got a great idea for like some sort of like sports team if next time we're doing it.
Yeah. Catherine's just rolling her eyes.
Yeah. Exactly. Getting outside of Bluff Park. And more Birmingham region, I want to talk about something that's been hot in the news lately.
Let's hear it.
The Birmingham Zoo's in some hot water right now.
Dude, they are in some hot water.
Have you heard about the whole lion thing?
I've heard of it. I would love a refresher on exactly how it went down.
Okay. How it went down is the Birmingham Zoo historically has 2 lions. Okay, there was an old lion. What was his name?
Let's pull it up.
Pull it up. Let me know. The first lion.
We got a fact checkers on it.
There for a long time, passed away. R.I.P.
Yep.
And so they were looking for a new lion to replace the male lion. Mm-hmm. And they got this lion named Josh. Found him. And what's funny about when y'all pull up the first lion's name, it's like a very human name too. It's kind of funny.
It's like Ben.
It's something like that. Yeah. But Josh was the new lion coming to the zoo. And with lions, they're wild animals, obviously. Hold on, here it comes.
Oh, no, definitely not a human name. It's Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
Like the holiday?
Okay.
Yeah, replaced Kwanzaa, an African male lion who had been living at the zoo since.
Then that's on me. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Anyways, Kwanzaa's gone. They're bringing in Josh. Wild animal.
Josh.
First off.
Kwanzaa to Josh. What a...
Yeah.
when you're bringing in two lions that are of like different packs or they're not familiar with each other, they have to take a lot of care.
Yeah.
So they're like slowly introducing the male lion to the female lion in the female lion's habitat where she's been living, right?
Yep.
Or however they do it. Apparently what happened was like the first time they like released this male lion in there with the female lion, the male lion just straight up just killed her on the spot.
Just took over?
Killed her. Right there on the spot.
As a representative of the Joshes, we don't condone this behavior. Okay.
Gosh.
So now I think
hot Josh take.
Line, right? I mean, I actually don't know. I think they're all like, I think there's still a little bit of mourning going on.
So let me ask you. Okay, so are they keeping Josh?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think they're transferring Josh.
I actually don't know what their plans are.
So we have no line. We're gonna have no lines.
I think there's not gonna be. Yeah, last I saw, they're
Taking a break
transferring
on the
Josh
lines.
because they're all pretty upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't keep Josh after that, right?
You can't kick Josh, dude.
Well, see, I don't know.
You gotta kick Josh to the curb a little bit.
Plus, yeah, I'm hitting Josh in the neck with a blow dart and calling it a day. Moving on.
Oh, what? They're gonna keep Josh?
There it is.
Wait, what the heck?
Okay, let me.
Riots in the streets. They're going to
Yeah.
keep Josh. They need to get rid of Josh.
Sources.
I'm not saying they need to kill Josh. They need to. I think Josh needs to relocate because
Yeah.
I think the community is going to have some hate against Josh.
Yeah,
The incident has been very tough for the staff. CBS 42. Shout out to CBS 42. This incident has been very tough for staff who try to immediately intervene when it happened. Zoo officials said Josh, will continue to reside in his Birmingham habitat for now. Oh, but they plan to discuss what will happen next with him. So it's like
He's in limbo.
Dude,
you can't keep Josh in that boy. Like,
that's
I
a
really
class.
don't think they should.
the
I
staff
think they
will
should
be
move on.
like the staff's not gonna be.
I'm not saying we harm Josh. I'm saying I don't think Josh can stay in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
think the
just send him straight to Chelsea.
There's been a lot of outcry about. There's been I think
Alabaster
the zoo's got a little bit of outcry from the public on like, did you handle this right with the way you're introducing them and stuff like that. So I think we got to move on. I think we need a fresh start.
Well, and I bet lions aren't cheap either. So you probably aren't just like you're probably. It's not an easy decision. Like, yeah, let's just get rid of Josh. Let's do another one.
What's the price on a lion?
A lion? What's market price for a lion right now? Last time I checked,
I mean, do you think it's like $1,000 for a lion or like $10,000 for a lion?
You can pay thousands of dollars for a dog. I bet a lion, like a lion with a great mane.
Yeah,
I bet you're looking
like
at
an A1 true breed lion.
yeah, just like top of the pick lion. You're looking at gotta be
Do they make
15
hypoallergenic lions?
15 to 25 grand,
Yeah, I would
easy,
think
right?
Figure deal.
I hope it gets turned around soon. I hope we get some lions in there. My daughter loves the lions; it's her favorite animal.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had a lion birthday party. Her 4-year-old birthday party was a lion themed birthday party. She loves the lions.
Yeah,
we get it turned around. That said, though, I love the zoo in general.
Same. And let me say this real quick. The Birmingham Zoo is a fantastic zoo. I've been to many zoos in other cities. Birmingham has a great zoo.
An incredible zoo. Done a lot of changes over the last 5-10 years.
A lot of improvement.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's really really good. But so let me ask you this.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure you've been to the zoo a lot. We got young kids. We have a membership there.
Yep. Fun fact: when I was in high school, we had to do Give Me Five. I volunteered at the zoo.
I love that.
I fed the lorikeets nectarine. Anyway, we'll move on past that. I'm just out there with a cup of nectar, just lorikeets sitting on my arm, just doing the Lord's work.
Gosh, that's so good. When you go to the zoo, like, what's your strategy with the kids? Like, are you going to see the big stuff, or you start? A lot of times, I like to start slow.
Okay.
Zoo. I'm like, hey, let's go over here to like the reptile room.
Yeah.
And like, let's
That's
get
a smart
around here
play.
with like the birds, and then let's bring it into some big
Let's
stuff.
let's go through the little
Do you
butterfly
go straight
thing.
to the back to like the good stuff, like the elephants and the lions and the ostriches?
I think our strategy has honestly been: you walk in that main part, and then you just hang a left, and you just go left to right.
You just keep walking.
Yeah.
Just keep walking down the path that'll lead you around.
Yeah, we'll
what
maybe
about
hit up
petting
the
zoo?
train if it's like Christmas
Are you
at the
a petting
zoo.
fan?
No, I don't like that. No,
I hate that. I hate that little barn area. That's
No.
kind of a new addition, and I'm not a fan.
Not a big fan of the petting zoo. Now I'll say this: I'm all about feeding a giraffe. Give me a little head of lettuce.
Yep,
That's a fun thing to do,
absolutely.
What if you pet a lion?
dude. If you could pet a lion, as long as it's not Josh, I'm in.
It's time to draft.
All right.
So what we're going to be drafting this time is your favorite Birmingham Zoo animals. Your favorite, not your kid's favorite.
And we're just going like we're not saying like mammals. Or like reptiles or what. We're just going like any animal.
Anything
at
in
the
the zoo that you can see that's a live animal. And that's
okay,
at
dude.
the Birmingham Zoo. Not your favorite just animal, but like Birmingham Zoo animals.
I'm gonna.
And let's draft 3.
I'm going to start off with one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say this because I don't think it's going to get picked second. Dude, it's got to be the monkeys, right?
What kind of monkeys? There's like 3 or 4 different types.
Well, I'm not.
The ones that are in the
not,
cages outside the monkey.
Yeah, you're just watching
building.
Swing around. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Actually, the orangutans are great.
They are.
Because they'll do the slow swings with those long
and
arms.
There's a full family.
Yeah, that's a great experience.
That's a good one. That's a good first pick. For me, sea lions. Very cool.
Sea lions are dope. Yeah.
I'm all about and they swim real fast and they're smooth.
Do you still have that? Do you still have that sea lion tattoo on your back, or did you get that?
I got that removed.
You got it removed? Okay. I was just curious.
Scars are still there though.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's
all right. This one's going to be controversial, I think.
Okay.
But the zebra, and let me tell you why. Dude, last time we were there, it was like kind of nighttime, and the zebras were literally playing tag. They were.
Yes.
It was sick. They're like, oh yeah, they do this.
I was there with you for that. I think
you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's a good choice too because of that exact thing. I was very intrigued by that.
Yeah, like normally you're like, oh, zebra, they just kind of stand there, they look cool, but they were like running around playing tag with each other, and it was awesome to watch.
Absolutely. Okay. For my second one, I'm gonna go alligators. Very boring, but I kind of like that you get there to the swamp.
Yep.
And it's like you can't even see them at first. You have to like find them.
Then they just pop up.
Yeah, I think I like that.
Also terrified of alligators.
Me too.
So
every time I'm there's like a string hanging over the swamp too, and I'm thinking about like this is how they like bring out some meat and like drop it in there to like feed the alligators or something. And I'm just thinking like, what if I was out there hanging on that rope?
Oh, dude!
With, like the alligators like coming up at me.
Also, I would love. I've never seen them like come up out to like eat the food, but that would be sick to see that.
I know. I think so too. What's
your
last pick?
I gotta think here because like there's a lot of animals that if you're a little kid are cool to see, but then they just kind of like stand around and you're like, okay, come on, let's go.
Like the flamingos.
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool.
Yep.
I mean, it might be a giraffe.
That's good.
Giraffes are awesome. Giraffes are dope, and you get to feed them, which is also fun. And they have those long like black tongues.
Yep.
Those are sick.
Yep.
So yeah.
I think that's a good pick. My last one I'm going to go with is the elephants because they're massive,
and it's just a cool animal.
And the whole area back there in the back is like a massive area that they have the elephants in. It's cool to you can kind of see them from a lot of different angles.
Yeah.
Especially when they come over near the crowd and like last time I was there, like one of them stuck their trunk like up on this like platform. And it was very cool.
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome.
When they get down in the water, like whoosh.
Yeah, bathing themselves and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Josh, I know you don't go to the Birmingham Zoo, but real quick, hit us with like top 3 zoo animals that you like. Just rapid fire.
I mean, lion.
Yeah, lions are
tough right now. Yeah. But you know, I think the stock.
Classic Josh answer.
I think the stock is still at its highest on the macro level. Not here, but
right.
You gotta see those.
Yeah, look at the big picture.
Big cats. So just like my whole thing would just be like boom, and it hit the tiger right after.
Cheetahs.
Yeah, hit a cheetah, but it's kind of it's like weird just because like they can't really run around.
Yeah,
like if there's like a tiger or something solid, and then like just see like the weird birds, any weird birds. I feel like weird birds is its own category.
Yeah,
birdhouse, you know.
Right.
Yeah, especially there's a zoo I went to where it's like you basically go into like a greenhouse situation. The birds are just like kind of popping around. So
yeah.
like,
oh, that's cool. I've seen that with like butterflies. Have you ever been in one of those?
Dude, like the aquarium?
That's awesome.
I think it's the Chattanooga Aquarium has like a butterfly room.
You walk in, there's just butterflies literally everywhere flying around. They'll land on your shoulder. It's cool.
Very cool.
We got the information on lion market price.
Shocking update on the market price for a lion.
Trey says it's between
the market value of a 6-month-old healthy lion cub is between $400K and $600K.
Let's just split it. Just call it $500,000 for a lion, and we guessed 15 to 25K.
What's the median home value in Bluff Park right now, Cody?
One lion. That's crazy.
That is insane.
So if we talk beer, we can't call it Cindy's pick of the week because it's not.
Yeah.
This is just a pick.
Yeah, and a lot of that's on you.
It's on me. It's just what we had. Honestly, we didn't have time to make the trek this time.
Yep. But you got a good one.
Yeah, it's really good. So tell us about it, Jay.
So this beer that we're brewing today is the Bearded Iris Double IPA from Nashville, Tennessee. Ever clever. And I've already had a little bit of it. It is delicious.
It's great. It's a really good double IPA, and I'm not even like a huge double IPA fan, but this one's it's really good.
And yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's just your basic double IPA. I'm not sure where you buy it. If you buy it locally, you said that somebody brought it over to your house recently.
Yep.
I mean, I like the IPAs. I don't drink a lot of them. I'm going to give that like a 6.8.
I would, I'd probably go around 6.5.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so one other thing we should bring up is, and this doesn't have to do with the community and stuff upcoming around where we live, but it does have to do with us and the boys.
That's true.
And
I'm assuming a lot of dads maybe would be interested to hear this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our little friend group, golf group,
Yep.
is heading to Charlotte, North Carolina,
Yep.
in September for the President's Cup.
Yep.
And I'm pumped about it. Go ahead and explain the President's Cup for anyone who doesn't.
Well, let me start here. I'm just realizing this is the second year to do this too. So
A lot of firsts last year.
Yep. And a lot of obviously great traditions that we're continuing going forward.
A lot of stuff. We tried a lot of stuff last year, and a lot of stuff stuck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man. Yeah. So we're going to Charlotte. We're doing the President's Cup, and we're adding a day on either side of this trip this time, right?
That's right. So we're going to be going Friday, coming back Monday. Last year, for our first time going to like a PGA Tour golf event, we went to the FedEx St. Jude Invitational in Memphis in August. It was hot. It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
But we went Friday to Sunday. And the only problem with the whole trip was the fact that we went all day out in the hot sun watching golf on Sunday for the final round of that tournament, drinking beer, having a good time with the guys, whatever.
Yep.
And then we turn them and we get immediately in the car and drive 3.5 hours back.
Huge mistake.
In August. It's so hot.
Yeah. Also, that was coming off of a 36-hole day the day before.
Yes.
On Saturday, we went and played at 2 different golf courses back to back.
Yes.
And then woke up the next morning and went and did that, and then got in the car and drove home, and it was a blast, but it was exhausting.
Absolutely. So this year we're going to stay an extra day. We're going to Charlotte. We're going at the end of September. Maybe it'll be a little cooler in the evenings.
Yep.
It'll still be probably hot in the day, but that's fine. We are going to play 2 golf rounds on Saturday.
Yep.
We're going to go to the tournament on Sunday, and then we're going to come back on Monday.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? When you're going on like a trip like this with like groups of friends, like a bachelor party, bachelorette party, stuff like that, I think it makes sense to stay the extra night, come back the next day. You can end your last night on a good note. You don't have to worry about like having fun during the day or whatever, and then driving.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yes, dude.
Just
Do it the right way if you're going to do it.
Do it the right way.
We do like a guys camping trip every year, and it's increasingly gotten a little bit bougier in that sense. Like normally it's like fly in, hike out there, spend all day hiking, camp, come back, fly home. And now we're like on the front end of the trip, we're going to stay at a hot springs resort. And then we're going to get well rested, and then we're going to rent a camper van and drive out to where we want to camp. And
You're glamping.
Dude, but you just learn, and you're just like, I'm not 16. I would rather just do this the right way.
Yeah. So I don't go on these camping trips, but I hear stories about them, and the story that you tell from your first camping trip,
dude,
is a story that I want you to tell every time you have an opportunity. I love the story, and I think you need to tell it right now.
I'll tell it quickly. But we were like, I mean, we didn't know anything. We've been doing this now for 4 or 5 years. The first year,
this is a group of how many guys?
6 of us.
And you go to just national parks or like good camping destination spots.
We pick national parks that we've all wanted to go to. We pick a new one every year. We're gonna keep doing this for forever, hopefully. So like the first year we're like, this is like the inaugural trip. We got to kick it off right. Let's do an iconic place. Let's do Yellowstone. Like sweet place. Let's do it. And we're like, you know what? Like we don't want it to feel like it's Oak Mountain State Park. We don't want to be on this like a normal campsite with all these other people around.
Right. With like plumbing.
With like, it's like, we're going to get backcountry passes, and we're going to hike out on a trail for like all day and be in the middle of nowhere with nobody around in the middle of Yellowstone and just go big. First of all, huge mistake. Okay.
So
actually it was
you're telling me you park your car, get all your gear, and then you hiked how far?
Hours. I mean,
just miles and miles and miles
5-6 hours
of nowhere to then set up a camp.
Yeah, there's like, we have a map. There's like a designated like basically just a fire ring, like along the trail,
Okay.
miles and miles in, and it's
fire
like
ring.
basically a fire pit that they have just like allowed for you to like
camping fire zone.
to you to like make a fire. Yeah. And so first of all, I'll back up a little bit. We look at the weather ahead of time. We're like, oh, it's going to be in like the 70s in the day, like 50s at night. Ideal. That's perfect. We get out of the car at the beginning of the trail. It is snowing. It's our first.
So you've packed for camping gear for 50 to 70 degrees.
Yeah, and it's our first trip, dude. I like have a sleeping bag from like Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Right.
It's snowing in the daytime. It's in the like 20s at night. I was freezing.
Okay, but now get to the story.
So okay, yeah. So we hike all day. We get out there. We had been there for, I'm going to say 15, 20 minutes. Like we're just getting a fire going. That was like priority number one because it was so cold. It was snowing on us. It was freezing. We didn't want it. We didn't want it to get night. We don't have enough wood, fire going, all that. So it's like, we got to get that going ASAP. So we're building a fire. All of a sudden, our buddy Thomas stands up and he's just like, I'm not going to say what he said, but he's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And we all stand up, and there's a grizzly bear sprinting directly at us.
His name is Josh.
His name's Josh. He had a tat on his butt that said Josh. And I mean, granted, he is like hundreds of yards away, but Yellowstone's different. Like we're in like a open like prairie. You can see far away.
Right.
So he's like kicking up a dust trail.
Seem closer than they appear.
Yeah. He is like kicking up a dust trail, sprinting at us. And like okay, we weren't thinking this, but we had bought bear spray, and you're like, oh great, dude, we're good if we got bear spray. You get out there and you see a grizzly bear running at you, you're like, what is bear spray?
What is this gonna do?
First of all, I'm gonna spray myself in the eyes and then just get eaten alive. Yeah. So we just start, and I think they tell you to stay calm or something like that. We just all start screaming like little girls as loud as we can. And I guess it was running towards the smell of the fire, because when we all started screaming, it like stopped in its tracks, like big like dust cloud, and turned around and ran the other direction, thankfully. So I guess he just smelled the fire, thought it was maybe like food or something. It was running in that direction without knowing that we were there.
Yeah.
And it was like absolutely terrifying. And then like 2 hours later, it's dark, and it's like, okay, time to go to bed.
But see, there's a little bit of the fish was this big type of a scenario here too,
Yeah.
because I've heard other people on that trip give an account, and they said like the bear was 15 feet away from us.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I feel like it was probably like 100 yards away.
Yeah, you turn around, the bear's breathing on your neck. Kinda, yeah. Taps you on the shoulder. Yeah. No, he was, I mean, I would think probably over 100 yards away, but 100 yards is
100 yards is close.
that's close. You ever
When
play
it's- when
golf?
That thing's sprinting.
Yeah, dude.
And you don't know how quickly he's coming at you.
You know
Dude,
what a 40
He could be there. He could be there in 10 seconds.
Dude, the 40 time on a grizzly is something crazy.
I'll tell you this: if it's 100 yards or if it's 800 yards, when there's a grizzly bear running at you, it's too close.
What's the market price on a grizzly bear these days? You think?
Well, let's see.
Well, let's see if a lion is 600.
If a lion's 600K, actually, dude, grizzly bears are everywhere. Like
I
they're
bet.
yeah. And usually like the
cheap.
park,
They're cheap.
yeah.
50,000.
yeah, the park usually like makes you aware, like, hey, if you're on this trail, we've seen a grizzly bear like in this area or whatever, but we had no idea.
Nice.
And so like, dude, we set up string with little like tent stakes hanging from the string all around our campsite that night. That way we could at least hear like a little jingle if it approached.
Which set some traps. You set some little noise traps.
Yeah,
like
which
that
I mean,
done anything.
yeah, it's like, oh great, just good to know that I'm about to die in my tent. Just sitting in a hammock, just a ball of warm meat over the fire for this grizzly bear.
Nice, it's packaged up.
Yeah,
There you are.
just bon appetit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love that story.
5 tips for your next boys trip.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Because I just went on one.
Yeah.
I shared one. Like, I'm sure we all have a thing.
Well, you want to start us off then? You just came off
mine
of one.
is like add a thing at the end. This is piggybacking off of Jay's thing.
Yeah.
Add a day at the end.
That would be my number one.
Make the last day the most relaxing day. You'll remember the trip way better.
Yeah, no, I think that is probably my number one tip for a guy's trip is to not mix going hard and driving back in the same day. Don't mix it.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible idea. Yeah.
If you can avoid it, please avoid it.
Dude, okay, so I'm thinking back on our last trip that we did in Memphis last year. One of my favorite things of the whole trip that we did was we went to this restaurant called Flight.
Yes.
And we ate just really, really good meal. Like, maybe that's the takeaway. It's just like pick a spot that's just like eat some good food wherever you are.
And that restaurant was good. I was under the weather.
Yeah.
If you recall, with like a cold.
Yeah.
And so I did not enjoy that restaurant as much as I would have wanted to. But the restaurant itself it was set up awesome.
Yeah.
It had this cool like second floor like balcony table.
Because and the reason I say that, I feel like guys especially are like, oh, let's just like pop in here and like eat something quick and just keep going. But like if you actually think about it ahead of time and just at least pick like one great place to go eat in a city that you're not normally in, like that's a great idea.
Another takeaway I took from that trip that I think I would apply to any urban area trip with like a group of friends. Rent the scooters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rent the scooters because that is fun.
Because I try to.
You're going from one place to the next place, but you're having a blast while you're doing it, and stories generate from that. And Cody's about to say it.
Yeah, on the way after that meal, we got tired of waiting on the Uber. Me and one of the guys on the trip, Jordan, were like, "Dude, there's some scooters. We'll just take them back."
3 miles to the house.
3 miles to the house. We're in like downtown Memphis. I was like, "This is a great idea." We make it, I'm going to say 80% of the way there. We're booking it. One of our friends, Jordan, needs to go to the bathroom. So he starts flooring it, trying to get back on time. And I'm just trying to keep up. And I'm like, Jordan, you got to slow down.
It's like Top Gun.
I clip the side of a set of stairs on one of those scooters and just fly straight over the handlebars. Just skid across the sidewalk, rip my pants open, rip my palms open. And then we've got 36 holes of golf the next day.
Yeah, those scooters are wild, dude. Because when you're in the urban area, if you like rent a scooter in like the middle of a downtown, they're on like speed setting 1.
Yeah.
But then their GPS, they have like a GPS thing on them to where like when you leave the city bubble, it like kicks into like country mode. Yeah. And you're just like, I was driving, it was like slow, and then it like kicked into gear. It was like beep 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 beep.
Yeah,
like,
it's like no governor on it.
And then I was like going really fast, and we went over like an interstate overpass. I was like, well, I'm about to die. And like the barrier was like this high.
Oh yeah.
And then I ran into you after you had fallen.
Yeah.
I caught up with you because I was about 10 minutes behind you.
Well, and so what happened is, and this is like not snitching on our friend Jordan, but he like eventually was like, I've got to go to the restroom. Just abandoned his scooter. I'm on the ground like dying and also crying laughing because it's so funny just to see him ditch a scooter and run into like a Walgreens to across the street to use the bathroom. So like I like finally get up, gather myself, go across the street. He comes out. His scooter is so far like blocks behind where he left it. So he hops on the back of the scooter with me for the last like 0.2 miles back to the Airbnb.
Gosh. You really have just like described the plot of the new Top Gun movie. Like,
yeah, we're just like straight Dumb and Dumber on the scooter. Like,
so stay the extra day.
Day.
At least one nice restaurant.
Yep.
Ride the scooters.
Yep.
Take the scooters as much as you can, or something like that.
Here's a product rec. Liquid IV.
Yeah.
That's a great one for the 5.
Start the mornings off with
Liquid IV.
Liquid IV.
Absolutely.
Just preemptively get hydrated.
Yes.
Hey, how about this? Begin before and after sleep.
Before and after, just bookend a day.
Yep.
Like before at the nighttime when we got back, I just like chugged the water with the Liquid IV.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they're not a sponsor, but dude, yeah.
But
they're
could
not a
be.
sponsor, but they're incredible, and they just came out with Tropical Punch, which is
Smacks.
phenomenal.
Oh, really?
Smacks.
Oh yeah.
My go-to has just been strawberry.
Strawberry's very good too.
Yeah.
But
Also
dude,
Smacks.
Tropical Punch.
We keep that at the house all the time. Liquid IV is like a regular thing around here.
Same.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's great.
come on the show, Liquid IV.
Yeah.
That was 4, and then for the 5th one, what do you got? Do you have one or I have one?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just don't. I feel like people these days aren't making this mistake, but I think it's worth noting because you might make this mistake. Don't rent the regular hotel rooms to split with a bunch of people. Go Airbnb every time.
Yep.
Don't do the hotel. Packing it up in like a little 2-queen room with like 6 dudes is a mistake.
Not cool.
Don't do it. I don't care how cheap it is. Do not do it.
Yep.
That'd be my last one.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely like suite it up because that's what we did. It was like a 2-bedroom suite for each one, and then they were connected. So it's still a hotel, but there should be at least 1.5 bathrooms.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, I can't think of anything more miserable than having like a day where you're walking around all day exhausted. You get back and you're like, I'm sleeping on this little like blow up mattress in the corner of this room, like by this one bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
do it for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, anyways, is that what we want to wrap up
Let's
with
end,
that?
let's end it there. Great
Awesome.
episode.
Thank you guys for listening in for episode 5 of the Bluff Park Dad Pod. Covered a lot of stuff today, a wide range of topics, but a lot of stuff that was great to talk about.
That's right.
Cody, obviously, enjoy having you on. Josh and our awesome crew, thank you all, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.